Stop what you are doing. This is about you. If every interaction you have ends in doubt about your worth, it's time to pay attention. That feeling of insecurity that appears after conversations, meetings, or even text messages is not a coincidence. It's a warning, and you need to heed it. When you find yourself questioning your importance in a relationship, what does that reveal about the dynamics there? The feeling of constantly evaluating your relevance can provoke a wave of stress and confusion. You notice that you are being dragged down, and this pressure can affect your mental and emotional health. This is not just a fleeting discomfort. It's a warning to reassess what's happening around you. It's common for these interactions to leave you feeling exhausted and undervalued. The words that were not said, the looks that were not exchanged, and the lack of reciprocity are indications that you are surrounding yourself with people who do not recognize your true worth. What you feel is real and valid. You are not crazy for feeling this way. What you are experiencing is a reaction to something that is not right. Now, ask yourself, do you really deserve this treatment? It's time to see things as they are. It's necessary to be honest about what or who is draining your energy. Don't be swayed by empty promises or excuses that only cover up the lack of consideration for you. Acknowledge the truth that is in front of you. You don't need to live in a cycle of doubt and insecurity. Look at your current situation and make a mental list of the interactions that don't add value to your life. You have the power to decide who deserves your time and your energy. If you've come this far, that's a sign that the universe is warning you. Don't ignore what is happening anymore. Your life, your well-being, and your self-love are at stake. You deserve relationships that reinforce your self-esteem and not those that undermine it. You deserve to live a full life where your worth is recognized. It is essential that you take control of your own story, distancing yourself from what no longer serves you. This is your moment to act. When you allow yourself to remain in situations that do not value who you are in fact denying yourself. Every interaction should be a reflection of the respect you deserve. If you constantly find yourself seeking approval or trying to fit in, it's time to reassess your relationships. You do not need to mold yourself to please anyone. It's easy to get lost in a cycle of self-criticism, especially when the feedback you receive is negative or disdainful. These interactions can create a toxic environment where you constantly feel indebted or inferior. This is not a healthy way to live. What you need is a space where your voice is heard and respected. Reflect for a moment. When was the last time someone truly valued your opinions? If you can't remember, that's a red flag. You should be surrounded by people who highlight your qualities and are willing to listen to what you have to say. Dialogue should be an exchange, not a struggle. If conversations are one-sided and you feel left out, that is not friendship or love. The pressure to fit in can be overwhelming. Often this pressure comes from external expectations, whether from friends, family, or society as a whole. It is crucial that you free yourself from these expectations. What really matters is how you see yourself and how you value yourself. You should not measure yourself by others' opinions, but by your own perception of value. Additionally, it is crucial to recognize the patterns in your relationships. You may notice that you tend to attract people who are not aligned with your values. This can be a recurring pattern, and it needs to be interrupted. The first step is to recognize that you no longer need to accept behaviors that make you feel small. Every time you allow yourself to be treated poorly, you reinforce the idea that it is acceptable. You have the power to change this narrative. By asserting your value, you create a space where others can also recognize your importance. This doesn't happen overnight, but with small daily decisions. Start surrounding yourself with people who reflect what you desire for your life. If you seek support, love, and respect, attract people who share these same principles. It's normal to feel insecure during times of transition, but this insecurity should not define who you are. When you face uncertainties, it's an opportunity to look inward and strengthen yourself. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What are my needs? These questions can be challenging, but they are essential for your growth. You may find yourself at a point where you need to set clear boundaries. This can be difficult, especially if you are used to pleasing others. However, saying no is a powerful way to assert your value. By setting boundaries, you are not only protecting your space, but also showing that you respect yourself. People who truly care about you will understand and respect your decisions. Sometimes what you need is some time alone to reconnect with your emotions. This solitude should not be seen as a sign of weakness, but as an opportunity to rediscover yourself. Use this time to meditate, reflect, or simply do something you love. This will help restore your energy and clear your mind. When you feel more centered, it will be easier to identify who is around you. You will more clearly notice who is contributing to your well-being and who is just taking. This clarity is essential for you to act accordingly. Start making a list of people who bring joy and peace to your life. This can be a good exercise to recognize what you truly value in your relationships. By distancing yourself from interactions that drain your energy, you make room for new connections. These new relationships can be healthier and more rewarding. You may find people who not only respect you, but also encourage you to grow. These connections can be transformative and bring you a renewed sense of hope and motivation. What you need to understand is that deserving better treatment is not a luxury but a right. You have the right to have relationships that uplift you, make you feel loved and respected. Do not settle for less. Genuine love and friendship are built on the foundation of mutual respect and appreciation. When you understand this, you start demanding what you truly deserve. If you still hesitate to act, remember that each day is a new opportunity. Do not put off until tomorrow what can be decided today. Strengthen your determination to seek what is best for you. Claim your space and your worth. Do not allow yourself to be pushed down. Life is too short to feel small. When you decide to prioritize yourself, you are not only changing your life but also influencing those around you. Your confidence and self-worth can inspire others to do the same. The ripple effect this can have is powerful. By valuing yourself, you start to create an environment where everyone can thrive. You deserve to live in a world where your worth is recognized and celebrated. And it starts with you. It is time to act and no longer ignore what is in front of you. It is time to take control of your life and seek relationships that make you feel complete. This is your moment to decide and act. When you start to recognize your own worth, it is essential that this perception translates into concrete actions. The first step is to move away from environments that do not do you any good. This may include friendships that are not reciprocal, relationships that drain your energy, and even work situations that do not value your contributions. It is a process that requires courage, but the reward is significant. You begin to feel lighter and more confident. Reflect on the interactions in your daily life. Which ones really bring you joy? Which ones leave you feeling exhausted or depreciated? Often, it takes a conscious effort to identify these dynamics. It's not just about moving away from negative people, but actively surrounding yourself with individuals who bring positivity. This change can be gradual, but it is essential for restoring your self-esteem. Establishing clear boundaries is an act of self-love. When you say no to something that does not serve your well-being, you are affirming that your time and energy are valuable. This practice can be challenging, especially if you are used to pleasing others. However, know that people who truly care about you will respect your choices. If someone does not value your boundaries, that is already a clear sign that this relationship needs to be re-evaluated. Now think about your emotional needs. What do you really expect from a relationship? It is important that you engage in this self-analysis and ask yourself if your expectations are being met. Often, relationships become toxic because there is no clarity about what each person wants. If you feel insecure or dissatisfied, it's time to communicate that. Open conversations about expectations and needs are fundamental to building healthy relationships. Honest communication is an essential skill. Don't be afraid to express what you feel. This practice not only helps clarify misunderstandings, but also strengthens bonds. When you share your vulnerabilities, you allow others to do the same. This creates a space of genuine connection where everyone feels heard and valued. Additionally, the practice of gratitude can be a powerful tool. By focusing on the good things in your life and the people who truly bring you joy, you start to change your perspective. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but rather recognizing that there are positive aspects that deserve to be valued. By cultivating this mindset, you become more resilient to negative influences. Another effective strategy is to seek activities that feed your soul. Engage in hobbies, sports, or projects that you love. These experiences can be a source of joy and satisfaction, and they also allow you to meet new people who share similar interests. When you invest time in yourself, you automatically attract energies that match your new vibe. Understanding that you don't need to fit into standards imposed by others is liberating. Often, insecurity comes from the pressure to conform to external expectations. Remember that your authenticity is your greatest asset. By embracing who you truly are, you become a magnet for relationships that celebrate this uniqueness. If you have patterns of attracting people who don't value you, it is crucial to break this cycle. Ask yourself if you have any limiting beliefs that prevent you from recognizing your worth. Often, behavior patterns are reflections of deep-seated beliefs that need to be challenged. Seeking professional help, such as therapy, can be an effective way to explore these issues and find paths to healing. The practice of self-affirmation is another powerful tool. Develop affirmations that reinforce your worth and capabilities. Phrases like, "I am worthy of love and respect," or "My feelings are valid," can be repeated daily to help solidify this new mindset. Repeating these affirmations can help reprogram your mind and strengthen your self-esteem. Remember that personal growth is an ongoing process. Don't pressure yourself into having everything resolved instantly. Accepting that you are on a path of learning and self-discovery is a fundamental part of the process. Celebrate your small victories and be kind to yourself in moments of difficulty. As you progress on this journey, pay attention to the changes in your life. You might start to notice that interactions that used to make you feel insecure no longer hold the same weight. This transformation is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. It is also important to cultivate patience. Significant changes in your relationships and your perception of self-worth do not happen overnight. Give yourself the necessary time to adjust to this new reality. The relationships you build now have the potential to be healthier and more fulfilling, but this takes time and effort. Finally, never underestimate the power of self-care. Reserve moments to take care of yourself, whether through meditation practices, physical exercises, or simply dedicating some time to relax. When you are nurtured and at peace with yourself, it becomes easier to establish and maintain relationships that truly reflect your worth. The journey to self-worth is fraught with challenges, but each step taken toward this reality is a step toward a fuller and more meaningful life. You deserve this investment in yourself. It's time to break free from the chains that bind you to relationships that don't value who you really are. The choice to seek what is best for you begins now. The first step to changing your relationships is awareness. Reflect on the situations that make you feel undervalued and begin to identify patterns. These situations often reveal a lack of respect or consideration from the people around you. Being aware of this is crucial so that you do not continue to subject yourself to interactions that do not uplift you. After recognizing these patterns, it is time to set boundaries. Communicating your needs is a fundamental step. It is common for people not to realize how their actions impact you. Therefore, expressing your feelings clearly and firmly can be liberating. By doing this, you not only validate your emotions, but also educate others about what you consider acceptable. Additionally, begin to prioritize your emotional well-being. This means distancing yourself from situations that drain your energy and surrounding yourself with people who truly matter. When you pay attention to what makes you feel good, you start to create an environment that promotes your mental and emotional health. This is not about eliminating all challenges, but rather focusing on what brings satisfaction and joy. It is equally important to cultivate self-compassion. Be kind to yourself in moments of difficulty. Remember that everyone faces challenges, and it's okay to have bad days. What matters is how you react to those moments. Instead of criticizing yourself, try to understand what you can learn from the situation and how you can grow stronger. Self-care should be a priority in your routine. Set aside time for activities you love. This may include hobbies, exercise, or simply relaxing with a good book. These practices not only help restore your energy, but also reinforce the idea that you deserve this time for yourself. Another effective strategy is building a support network. Surround yourself with people who share your values and are willing to support you. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and the exchange of experiences. When you feel welcomed, it becomes easier to express your needs and desires. Finally, maintain a growth mindset. Recognize that the process of self-appreciation is ongoing. You don't need to have everything figured out immediately. Every small change you make towards your well-being counts. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and use them as fuel to keep moving forward. This is a path that requires courage and determination, but you are capable of walking it. By investing in yourself and your relationships, you create a healthier and fuller future. Choosing to prioritize yourself is an act of self-love that will resonate positively in all areas of your life. It's time to act and seek what you truly deserve. Before you leave, do two things now. Take a deep breath and remember what touched your heart today. And, if it makes sense, share this story with someone who also needs to hear it.